Marcus Aurelius' Meditations is a personal journal of reflections, offering timeless wisdom on resilience, virtue, and inner strength. Written during his reign as Roman emperor, the book is a raw and unfiltered glimpse into the mind of a leader who sought to master himself despite the weight of ruling an empire. Unlike traditional philosophical works, Meditations was never meant for publication. It was a private collection of thoughts, reminders, and guiding principles to stay grounded amid power, war, and personal struggles. Marcus was deeply influenced by Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that teaches self-discipline, emotional control, and the acceptance of fate. He constantly reminds himself that external events are beyond his control, but his thoughts and reactions are his own to govern. The book is divided into 12 sections, each capturing a different aspect of Stoic practice, ranging from dealing with adversity to maintaining humility in success. He begins with gratitude, acknowledging those who shaped him, his mentors, family, and predecessors. Recognizing the wisdom of others is a key Stoic trait, as it keeps the ego in check and fosters continuous learning. Gratitude helps shift the focus from what is lacking to what has already been gained. He moves on to discuss the nature of perception, emphasizing that reality is not what happens, but how the mind interprets it. A common Stoic exercise is to strip events of unnecessary emotional weight. If a person insults you, it is merely words and sound waves, only your interpretation turns it into an injury. This mindset strengthens mental fortitude, allowing one to navigate criticism, failure, and hardship without unnecessary suffering. Another central theme is the transient nature of life. Marcus reflects on the shortness of existence, noting that even the most celebrated figures in history have eventually faded into obscurity. This is not a cause for despair but a call to live meaningfully. By embracing the impermanence of status, material wealth, and even relationships, one can detach from trivial concerns and focus on what truly matters: virtue, integrity, and service to others. He frequently reminds himself of memento mori, the Stoic practice of contemplating death, not as a morbid obsession but as a tool for clarity. By keeping mortality in mind, procrastination dissolves, petty conflicts lose significance, and priorities realign with deeper purpose. Marcus applies amor fati, the love of fate, where he not only accepts challenges but welcomes them as opportunities for growth. The impediment to action advances action, he writes, meaning obstacles are not roadblocks but stepping stones. Adversity strengthens character, much like fire refines gold. He urges himself to see difficulties not as misfortunes but as training for the soul. This principle is crucial for modern readers, as most view setbacks as failures rather than catalysts for transformation. Instead of resisting reality, one should flow with it, using every hardship as fuel for personal growth. He also stresses self-discipline over comfort, noting that indulgence weakens the mind. Comfort breeds complacency, whereas challenge fosters resilience. He pushes himself to rise early, fulfill his duties, and work tirelessly, recognizing that laziness leads to regret. The modern world, filled with distractions and instant gratification, would benefit from this wisdom. Instead of seeking pleasure in fleeting comforts, one should invest in self-improvement, skill mastery, and meaningful work. Discipline, rather than external motivation, is the true foundation of success. In leadership, he adopts Stoic empathy, recognizing that people act out of ignorance rather than malice. Instead of reacting with anger, he reminds himself that others are trapped in their own flawed perceptions. This detachment prevents unnecessary emotional turmoil. He sees every interaction as a test of character, where his response, not the other person's behavior, determines his virtue. Whether dealing with betrayal, arrogance, or ingratitude, he maintains his composure, refusing to let external negativity corrupt his inner peace. His reflections on ego and humility are particularly striking. Despite ruling the most powerful empire of his time, he frequently reminds himself that he is just another mortal, subject to the same cosmic laws as everyone else. He warns against seeking validation from others, as fame and recognition are illusions that vanish with time. Instead of chasing praise, one should focus on acting justly and fulfilling their role with integrity. His writings serve as a stark contrast to today's obsession with social status, online approval, and external validation. By anchoring self-worth in internal virtue rather than outside recognition, one gains unshakable confidence. Another vital lesson is the power of reason over emotion. Emotions are temporary impulses, whereas rational thought is a stable guide. He encourages stepping back and observing emotions as if they belong to someone else. This creates distance from anger, sadness, or anxiety, preventing impulsive reactions. He suggests asking, "Is this within my control?" before responding to any situation. If the answer is no, then worrying is futile. This mindset eliminates unnecessary stress, allowing for calm decision-making. Marcus sees duty as the highest calling. He believes one's purpose is not self-indulgence but serving the greater good. Leadership is a responsibility, not a privilege, and should be approached with humility. This is a powerful lesson for modern professionals, entrepreneurs, and leaders, who often see success as personal gain rather than service. By shifting focus from self-interest to contribution, one finds deeper fulfillment. His writings on simplicity highlight that happiness does not come from material possessions but from a well-ordered mind. He warns against consumerism, as wealth can enslave rather than liberate. The pursuit of endless luxury leads to dissatisfaction, while a minimalist approach fosters contentment. He suggests decluttering not just physical surroundings but also mental distractions. A clear mind, free from unnecessary desires, is the ultimate source of peace. Marcus also reflects on handling uncertainty, acknowledging that control is an illusion. Despite being an emperor, he understands that external events unfold beyond human influence. Wars, betrayals, and natural disasters are inevitable, but one's internal state remains a choice. Instead of resisting uncertainty, he advises adapting to it with grace. This is particularly relevant in today's volatile world, where change is constant and anxiety is widespread. By cultivating mental flexibility, one can navigate life's unpredictability without distress. The book's final reflections reinforce the importance of action over theory. Philosophy, he insists, is not about reading but living its principles daily. Knowledge is useless unless applied. True wisdom is demonstrated through behavior, not words. He pushes himself to embody Stoicism in every decision, from how he speaks to how he treats others. This hands-on approach makes Meditations not just a book to be read, but a manual to be practiced. In conclusion, Meditations is a guide to mastering the mind, embracing hardship, and living virtuously. Marcus Aurelius, despite immense power, remained committed to humility, discipline, and self-improvement. His wisdom is timeless, offering a blueprint for navigating modern challenges with resilience and clarity. In a world filled with distractions, ego-driven pursuits, and emotional turmoil, his philosophy serves as an antidote. By practicing self-control, rational thinking, and unwavering virtue, one can achieve unshakable inner peace. His reflections urge the reader to rise above petty concerns, eliminate unnecessary suffering, and focus solely on what is within their control. This book is a reminder that true strength lies not in dominating others, but in conquering oneself.